Hi, this is Liam Conroy. So this tutorial that I wanted to show everyone was for basically software that helps you with collaboration that is browser-based called Podio. So it's a pretty simple program, probably not going to be a very long video in terms of describing how this one works. Basically, I was trying to look for an app that has a little bit more to do with collaboration between peers, especially if we're talking about colleague to colleague, whether within your school system or within the Fort Hayes program. As I know, some of us like to connect if we're in the same discipline and look over certain projects that we share together, or for that matter, if you know other folks that are in your district that teach a certain area content that is similar to yours, it's also a good way to collaborate with them. So this particular account that I formed, I made with my Fort Hayes account. When you do create it with a certain specific account and it recognizes a certain work address, it does connect you automatically if you join the network. I shouldn't say automatically, but if you enjoyed the employee network, so if you look at my stream of actions here, it shows Liam Conroy joined the employee network 27 minutes ago. So it connected me to a few other people, presumably students, I'm assuming, that have tried using this program before. So if I click on any of them, I can view the profile and it'll show me that this is someone, if you see here with the email, someone with a Fort Hayes email, location Hayes, Kansas. So that way, if you do decide to create a network that is based around your email for a specific place, make sure that, either you're connecting with people outside of that network or you can look around, just hunt for people within that network that may have already signed up using this service. So basically, the idea with this particular application is being able to work collaboratively on projects. Even though I would mostly encourage this for staff use, if you think that you have some pretty devoted students who could use this to manage a timeline for a very long-term project, you could probably help them with that as well. So what you can do is create projects. So we'll create a new project here. So we can add a title. So I'm just going to create Intercurriculum Collab. So if I were collaborating with people from outside of my particular department, outside my particular interest area. Okay, so now that I have the title, I can add a deadline. So let's say that this one is coming up for the middle of this week. And you can even put it as a time-specific item. You can add responsible parties. So I'm the only one who has myself in as a member right now. But again, if you were collaborating with other folks, you could start looking at other members who have also collaborated through the network. You just need to make sure that they also sign up with this service. And excuse me, the service is free. There are premium features that you can upgrade to. I mean, you can see right up there, it's got the upgrade button. But for the basics of it, it is something that is a free collaborative software. So you can add files to this. So let's say that we were looking at a file that I've got here in my Google Drive. So this one's connected to my school one. So if I look here and select like this class, let's say we're going to collaborate on Module 11 together. I can include that. And so now I've got that file that is also connected. It makes it easier for other people to open up and edit it. Obviously, this may be difficult if you are working with other people who aren't connected through Google Drive, but if you have your Google Drive files altered to where anybody with the link can access it, this may not be so bad. You can add multiple files to it as well. You can drag and drop files, even if you're not accessing them from your Google Drive, if you're just accessing them from your own personal computer. You can add tags. So if you have different projects going on simultaneously, you can look at that as well. So here I'll save the project. And I can look, there is basically a timeline that allows you to look at your calendar to kind of see when these dates are coming up for these different items. So if I look up here in the calendar, so here I've got my collaboration event that's coming up for the 25th for Wednesday. And I had set up another event for November 1st. So if I keep scrolling through the calendars, you can see here in the upper left-hand corner, I'm scrolling based on the week. And here we are for November 1st class collab project. And again, I could put it time specific, especially if I was trying to set up a particular meeting over Skype or anything else with coworkers or through other people through Fort Hays. I could do that as well. So again, I know that this software isn't particularly game changing for some people because this is something that you could manage through emails, but if you're working with a wide network of people, especially people from other schools, either within your district or especially outside of your district who you may know through Fort Hays, I think it is a useful tool for that. Basically, if you just are working with people outside of your school system in general, you could still use it for people in your school system. If you have trouble keeping tabs on everybody and you hate entering in their emails over and over and over again, this has a very simple click and link method that lets you just add people by name really quickly. So I think it is useful for collaboration. Like I said, I wanted to look at one tool that was helpful for that, and I think this one actually turned out to be a pretty good one. While I haven't tested it, I assume that with the email that you sign up with, if you have projects that are coming up, I assume that it will give you a heads up about them. There's probably a way to set certain meeting time reminders. If there is, I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that, but I would assume since it has a date enabled function with the calendar that it does probably give some alerts on that vein. So if you are looking to collaborate with other folks, I hope that this tool will be useful for that. Thank you for your time.